Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva
Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudirayet.
Tato Jayamudirayet.
Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam
Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Ruttama Sloke.
Bhagavati Uttama
Shloke.
Shloke.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati
Naistiki.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 12, verse 24. Sarva Sadguna Mahatmye.
Sarva Satgun Mahatmaye.
Sarva Sadgun Mahatmaye.
Esha Krishnam Anubrata.
Esha Krishnam Anubrata.
Ranti Devaivo Daru.
Ranti Deva
Ivadaro.
Yayatir Iva Dharmika.
Yayatir Eva Dharmika.
Dharmika.
Sarva Sadguna Mahatmye.
Sarva
Sarvasatguna
Guna
Mahatmaye.
Mahatmaye.
Esha Krishnam Anubrata.
Esha
Esha
Krishnam
Krishnam Anuvrata.
Anubrata.
Ranti Devaivo Daru.
Ranti
Ranti Deva Ivo Dado.
Deva
Yayatir Iva Dharmika.
Ayat
Yayatir Eva Dharmika.
Sarva Sadguna Mahatmye.
Sarva
Sarvasatguna
Mahatmaye.
Mahatmaye.
Yesha Krishnam Anuvrata.
Esha
Esha
Krishnam
Krishnam
Anuvrata.
Anubrata.
Ranti Deva Ivo Daru.
Ranti
Ranti Deva
Deva
Ivo Dado.
Daro.
Yayatir Iva Dharmika.
Ayati
Yayatir Eva
Iva
Dharmika.
Dharmika.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace by Charnaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
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 Synonyms. Sarva Sadguna Mahatmye, glorified by all godly attributes.
Sarva
Sarvasatguna
Satguna Mahatmaye.
Mahatmaye. Glorified by all
By
godly attributes.
all godly attributes.
Esha, this child.
Esha, this child.
This child.
Krishnam, like Lord Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishnam, like
like
Lord
Lord
Krishna.
Krishna.
Anuvrata, a follower in his footsteps.
Anuvrata, a follower in his
follower
footsteps.
in his footsteps.
Ranti Deva, Ranti Deva.
Ranti
Ranti
Deva,
Deva, Ranti
Ranti
Deva.
Deva.
Iva, like.
Iva,
like.
like.
Udara, in the matter of magnanimity.
Udara,
in the matter of magnanimity.
Yayati, Yayati.
Ayati, Ayati.
Iva, like.
Iva, like.
Dharmika, concerning religion.
Dharmika, concerning
religion.
Translation, please repeat after me. This child will be almost as good as Lord Sri Krishna.
This child will be almost as good as Lord Sri Krishna.
Lord Sri Krishna.
By following in his footsteps.
By following in his footsteps.
In his footsteps.
In magnanimity, he will become as great as King Rantideva.
In magnanimity, he will become as
he
great
will
as
become
King
as
Ranti
great
Deva.
as King Ranti Deva.
And in religion, he will be like Maharaja Yayati.
And in
And
religion, he will be like
he
Maharaja
will be
Yayati.
like Maharaja Yayati.
Purport.
Purport. The last instruction of Lord Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita is that one should give up everything and should follow in the footsteps of the Lord alone. Less intelligent persons do not agree to this great instruction of the Lord, as ill luck would have it. But one who is actually intelligent catches up this sublime instruction and is immensely benefited. Foolish people do not know that association is the cause of acquiring qualities. Association with fire makes an object hot, even in the material sense. Therefore, association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead makes one qualified like the Lord. As we have discussed previously, one can achieve 78% of the godly qualities by the Lord's intimate association. To follow the instructions of the Lord is to associate with the Lord. The Lord is not a material object whose presence one has to feel for such association. The Lord is present everywhere and at all times. It is quite possible to have his association simply by following his instruction, because the Lord and his instruction and the Lord and his name, fame, attributes, and paraphernalia are all identical with him. Being absolute knowledge, Maharaja Parikshit associated with the Lord even from the womb of his mother up to the last day of his valuable life, and thus he acquired all the essential qualities of the Lord in all perfection. Rantideva, an ancient king prior to the Mahabharata period, referred to by Narada Muni, while instructing Sanjaya as mentioned in Mahabharata, Drona Parva 67, he was a great king, liberal for hospitality and distribution of foodstuff. Even Lord Sri Krishna praised his acts of charity and hospitality. He was blessed by the great Vasishtha Muni for supplying him cold water, and thus he achieved the heavenly planet. He used to supply fruits, roots, and leaves to the rishis, and thus he was blessed by them with fulfillment of his desires. Although a Kshatriya by birth, he never ate flesh in his life. He was especially hospitable to Vasishtha Muni, and by his blessings only he attained the higher planetary residence. He is one of those pious kings whose names are remembered in the morning and evening. Yayati, the great emperor of the world, and the original forefather of all great nations of the world who belong to the Aryan and Hindu Indo-European stock. He is the son of Maharaja Nahusha, and he became the emperor of the world due to his elder brothers becoming a great and liberated saintly mystic. He ruled over the world for several thousands of years and performed many sacrifices and pious activities recorded in history. Although his early youth was very lustful and full of romantic stories, he fell in love with Devayani, the most beloved daughter of Shukracharya. Devayani wished to marry him, but at first he refused to accept her because of her being a daughter of a Brahmana. According to Shastras, a Brahmana could marry the daughter of a Brahmana. They were very much cautious about Varna Sankara population in the world. Shukracharya amended this law of forbidden marriage and induced Emperor Yayati to accept Devayani. Devayani had a girlfriend named Sarmishtha, who also fell in love with the emperor and thus went with her friend Devayani. Shukracharya forbade Emperor Yayati to call Sarmishtha into his bedroom, but Yayati could not strictly follow his instruction. He secretly married Sarmishtha also and begot sons by her. When this was known by Devayani, she went to her father and lodged a complaint. Yayati was much attached to Devayani, and when he went to his father-in-law's place to call her, Shukracharya was angry with him and cursed him to become impotent. Yayati begged his father-in-law to withdraw his curse, but the sage asked Yayati to ask youthfulness from his sons and let them become old as the condition of his becoming potent. He had 5 sons, 2 from Devayani and 3 from Sarmishtha. From his 5 sons, namely 1 Yadu, 2 Turvashu, 3 Druvyu, 4 Anu, and 5 Puru. 5 famous dynasties, namely 1 the Yadu dynasty, 2 the Yavana Turka dynasty, 3 the Bhoja dynasty, 4 the Malecha dynasty, Greek, and 5 the Paurava dynasty, all emanated to spread all over the world. He reached the heavenly planets by dint of his pious acts, but he fell down from there because of his self-advertisement and criticizing other great souls. After his fall, his daughter and grandson bestowed upon him their accumulated virtues, and by the help of his grandson and friend Sibi, he was again promoted to the heavenly kingdom, becoming one of the assembly members of Yamraj, with whom he is staying as a devotee. He performed more than 1,000 different sacrifices, gave in charity very liberally, and was a very influential king. His majestic power was felt all over the world. His youngest son agreed to award him his youthfulness when he was troubled with lustful desires, even for 1,000 years. Finally, he became detached from worldly life and returned the youthfulness again to his son Puru. He wanted to hand over the kingdom to Puru, but his noblemen and the subjects did not agree. But when he explained to his subjects the greatness of Puru, they agreed to accept Puru as the king, and thus Emperor Yayati retired from family life and left home for the forest.
Hariyantassadom Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataga Swamin Niti Namine Namah Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayine Gaurakrata Damadaya Nagara Gramatarine Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavade Paschatya Desatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Haraya Nama, Krishna Yadavaya Nama, Gopala Govinda Ram, Sri Madhusudanam. Kam karo Diwachalam Pangulangai Tegirimet Kirpathamaham, Sri Gurum Dinatharinam Paramandamadam, Sri Chaitanya Mishanam. So here again Parikshit Maharaj is compared to Ranti Deva and King Yayati from in his Yadu dynasty. Lord Krishna has appeared. One of the sons' name of Yayati is Yadu, from whom the Yadu dynasty came. Today we are seeing the different Malachas and Yavanas, Europeans and Americans. They are all from this Yayati family. One must understand, the whole world is populated only by India. And the emperor, the whole emperor was in India. So because the other sons who has rejected to give their youthfulness to Maharaja Yayati, and they had so much of sense gratification, so they have been driven out by Yayati to Europe and Western countries, and they have, their population is what today we have the Westerners. Okay, it is not that they are not from Vedic culture, they are from Vedic culture, but they denied to obey their father. So they went there, and then gradually there is no guru for them, due to which all the Varnashrama Dharma, everything is collapsed, and they become to live in a godless civilization or manufacturing the god and so on and so forth. So they went into such speculations. So these Yavanas and Malachas, they are like that. Yavanas are the so-called Muslims, who are all non-Hindus. So they are all from Yayati family only. They are all the sons of Yayati. So the whole world is actually related to India, and it is the responsibility of India to engage the whole world in Krishna consciousness and protect them, to teach them devotional service. And if Indians are into sense gratification, importing the Western culture where there is no actually Vedic culture, then what to speak of then, saving them or engaging them in Krishna consciousness? So this is very important. That is why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Bharata Bhumite Hoile Janmiyara Apna Sartakaro Karo Paropagara. If you have taken birth in Bharata Varsha, at least in India, then first you become Krishna conscious and then help others outside India, people, to become Krishna conscious. So this is the duty of every Indian. And there is only one Indian who went to the West and made the whole world Krishna conscious. That is our dear Srila Prabhupada. Not only that, he also saw that Indians are importing the Western culture. So he went to the West and he has imported the original culture of India into them and sent the Westerner to India, make them Indian citizen, and then made the Indian import their own culture, but from the West. What can be done? Because this is the conditioned state of human beings. Srila Prabhupada did not touch anybody's condition or limitations, but in their own way, he went and he has given the Krishna consciousness back to them. That is the Srila Prabhupada's glory. It is said that, old wine in new bottle. That's all. Otherwise, it is the same excellent Sanatana Dharma, where there is it's a spotless Dharma, a spotless process for the living entity to revive his Krishna consciousness by dint of devotional service under the bona fide spiritual master, and especially in this Kali Yuga, by chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And Guru Maharaj has spread this particular movement by expanding it further, so that people, those who are living in different places as grahasthas, they also can practice this Krishna consciousness. Earlier, when Srila Prabhupada was there, anybody become Krishna conscious, they become full-time into the temples only. So in one sense, the society does not have association, unless otherwise these people from temple will go there. But Srila Guru Maharaj has established how programs like Bhakti Vriksha and other things, that Grahasthas also can become Krishna conscious while they are in their job, in their education, their student life, or whatever life they are living in the material world, one among the society. They can live there and Griheta ko Vanita ko Sada Hari Boleta ko. So this has been practically implemented by our dear Guru Maharaj, Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. So he has taught devotion service that can be performed from anybody, anywhere. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has proved that this devotional service is beyond Varnashrama Dharma or any other mental speculation of the speculative nature or the Ashtanga Siddhi. And Guru Maharaj has practically proved that, yes, this Griheta ko Vanita ko is very true. So he has made disciples all over the world, and without they give up them their all the nature and come full time, they can remain where they are and they can grow up their kids, they can earn their money, but they can also facilitate their kids in Krishna consciousness, plus they can preach Krishna consciousness to others around them. In this way, other people, non-devotees, are attracted to these wonderful devotees, grahasthas, and they also accepting the Krishna consciousness gradually. In this way, this Krishna consciousness movement actually spread very nicely in all direction by Srila Gurudeva. So this point need to be noted. It's a very, very important that whatever Lord Chaitanya says, these acharyas like Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj have so much faith and conviction that they tested it to be proved. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Nagaradi Grama Moranam, and Prabhupada had faith and he left for US, and then it is proved, yes, everywhere Lord Chaitanya's name is sung. Similarly, Griheta ko Vanita ko, Guru Maharaj has taken full faith and he saw that, yes, it is happening. All over the world, devotees are increasing. It is not that they finished everything and they come full time, always. No, of course, once they are settled up, they can always dedicate more time. It is not necessary to live for sense gratification. But nevertheless, full time, it does not mean you come to ISKCON and join. Full time is yours. You are already there, 24 hours is with you. You can be full time from wherever you are. You can expand the movement from wherever you are, whatever time that we can avail, we can give for Krishna. What else can you give? All other things are already under Krishna's. He has given you some time to practice Krishna consciousness. So we have to show him by utilizing the time well, by preaching this Krishna consciousness, by attending this Bhagavatam classes, by chanting the holy name, by worshipping Gaurnitai at home, picture or deity, by offering the Bhoga, accepting the Prasadam, reading Srila Prabhupada book and preaching. So that's all we need to do. So that is Krishna conscious. So Parikshit Maharaj, as we have been seeing from the very beginning, has been Krishna conscious, and he has been compared to the great stalwart personalities, including the Supreme Personality, Lord Krishna, in this verse, and the greatest famous King Rantideva and Yayati, who created all dynasties of the world. We will learn about Yayati and all this story, what Prabhupada gave shortly in the description and the purport. We will also be seeing them in the Srimad Bhagavatam pages in the future, because everybody is part of Srimad Bhagavatam. So you can see the 5 sons of Yayati, Yadu, Turvasu, Druhya, Anu, and Puru. So Yadu is created the Yadu dynasty where Krishna appeared, and Turvasu is the one Turk dynasty, or what you call as Yavana Muslims, and Druhya, so that is the Bodha dynasty, and the Milecha dynasty, Greek, European, American. So that is your 4th son. What is his name? Anu. Okay, and Puru is the next emperor of the world, appointed after agreed by every parliamentary members and everybody. So in this way, all of them, these Muslims or Christians, they are all sons of or great grandsons of this Yayati only. From the Yayati dynasty only, they all came. So we have proofs of evidence here in these Shastras. Let us see how big is the purport for the next one. I think we can take it. Okay, so let's go to the next verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 12, verse 25. Dhritya bali samakrishne
Dhritya bali sama Krishne
prahradha iva sadgraha
Prahrada iva sadgraha
ahartaisho asvamedhanam
Ahartaisho swamedhanam
vruddhanam paryupasaka.
Vruddhanam pariyupasaka
Dhritya bali samakrishne
Dhritya bali sama Krishne
praladha iva sadgrashaha
Prarada iva sadgraha
ahartaisho asvamedhanam
Ahartaisho swamedhanam
vruddhanam paryupasaka.
Vruddhanam pariyupasaka
Dhritya bali samakrishne
Dhritya bali sama Krishne
prarada iva sadgraha
Prarada iva sadgraha
ahartaisho swamedhanam
Ahartaisho swamedhanam
vruddhanam paryupasaka.
Vruddhanam pariyupasaka
Synonyms. Dhritya by passions.
Dhritya by patience
Bali sama like Bali Maharaj.
Bali sama like Bali Maharaj
Krishna unto Lord Sri Krishna.
Krishna unto Lord Sri Krishna
Prahrada Prahlad Maharaj.
Prahrada Prahlad Maharaj
Iva like
Eva like
Sadgraha devotee of.
Sadgraha devotee of
Aharta performer.
Aharta performer
Esha this child.
Isha this child
Ashwamedhanam of Ashwamedha sacrifices.
Ashwamedhanam of Ashwamedha sacrifices
Vruddhanam of the old and experienced men.
Vruddhanam of the old and experienced men
Paryupasaka follower.
Pariyupashaka follower.
Translation, please repeat after me. This child will be like Bali Maharaja in passions.
This child will be like Bali Maharaj in patience,
A staunch devotee of Lord Krishna like Prahlad Maharaj.
a staunch devotee of Lord Krishna like Prahlad Maharaj,
A performer of many Shwamedha hall sacrifices and a follower of the old and experienced men.
a performer of many Ashwamedha horse sacrifices and a follower of the old and experienced men.
Parishit Maharaj ki jai. Purport.
Jai. Purport. Bali Maharaj, one of the 12 authorities in the devotional service of the Lord. Bali Maharaj is a great authority in devotional service because he sacrificed everything to please the Lord and relinquished the connection of his so-called spiritual master, who obstructed him on the path of risking everything for the service of the Lord. The highest perfection of religious life is to attain to the stage of unqualified devotional service of the Lord without any cause or without being obstructed by any kind of worldly obligation. Bali Maharaj was determined to give up everything for the satisfaction of the Lord, and he did not care for any obstruction whatsoever. He is the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj, another authority in the devotional service of the Lord. Bali Maharaj and the history of his dealings with Vishnu Vamana Deva are described in the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 11 to 24. Prahlad Maharaj, a perfect devotee of Lord Krishna, Vishnu, his father Hiranyakashipu chastised him severely when he was only 5 years old for his becoming an unalloyed devotee of the Lord. He was the first son of Hiranyakashipu and his mother's name was Kayadu. Prahlad Maharaj was an authority in the devotional service of the Lord because he had his father killed by Lord Narasimhadev, setting the example that even a father should be removed from the path of devotional service if such a father happens to be an obstacle. He had 4 sons, and the eldest son, Virochana, is the father of Bali Maharaja, mentioned above. The history of Prahlad Maharaja's activities is described in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Hari Om Tat Sat. So this is a very wonderful narration about Parikshit Maharaj's, you can see that every exalted devotees are one character, and here Parikshit Maharaj is compared to many such characters in many such qualities. That means Parikshit Maharaj is a repository of wonderful Vaishnava qualities, a kingly attributes, lion-like behavior, and very humble, at the same time fully potent. So this is not an ordinary. Bali Maharaja is known to be very famous in the Atma Nivedanam, and Prahlad Maharaj is known to be the exalted example for Shravanam, Smaranam. So they are from different, sect of human race, and Bali Maharaj is the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. So they are all pure devotees, and both Prahlad and Bali Maharaj are spiritual authorities. Spiritual authorities. This is very important. 12 Mahajanas we have seen earlier. So in the 12 Mahajanas, this Bali and Prahlad both are coming. And Brahma is also coming. That was also compared to Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj has been compared to many Mahajanas and many exalted personalities, and even compared to the Supreme Personality of Lord Krishna, since he is following the footsteps of the Lord. So that is why he is such a person that is different qualities compared to different exalted personalities on this world in the history. So Maharaja Parikshit is not ordinary child. So he is selected, chosen by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, due to which we are having this Srimad Bhagavatam today. So all glories to the devotional service and Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj has proved from before birth itself, only performance of unalloyed devotional service is the purpose of human life. You may play the role of a king, you may play the role of a Brahmana, you may play the role of a Kshatriya, Sudra, or ordinary person, doesn't matter. But the purpose of human life is to perform devotional service 24 hours, both day and night, from very beginning, before birth itself. So this is proven by Srila Parikshit Maharaj. So he is compared, and he has got all kind of power, opulence, everything, support and famous, everything. But still, he has not even got angry when he was cursed with the punishment of death, which is really a kind of, too much. And need not be tolerated, but he has accepted everything as a pure devotee, always thinking himself 24 hours, every moment of his life is under the control of Krishna, and every moment is depending on the mercy of Krishna. So he will not react or proact to the ups and downs of this actions and reactions of the 3 modes of material nature through other human beings or other living entity who is thinking that they are the doer. Parikshit Maharaj is in full knowledge. It is every activity is performed in the material world is by only 3 modes of material nature. After all, his grandfather has heard directly Bhagavad Gita from Lord Sri Krishna. Even today we are able to have this Bhagavad Gita. Then what to speak of in his very own family when Arjuna was alive? That Bhagavad Gita. So he knows the complete science of Krishna, 100%. Parikshit Maharaj knows the science of Krishna, and Parikshit Maharaj is established in pure unalloyed loving devotional service. And all his parents, father, forefather, everybody, his father is directly the son of Subhadra, who is direct sister of Lord Sri Krishna. What more you want? And he is such a personality in all the way, even you say physically or in any perspective, he had only devotees association. He was grooming devotees association only. And despite they are pure devotees, when they are brought in is here on the material plane. They only understand that they are part and parcel of Krishna. They here to assist Lord Krishna and not sense gratification. That is the beauty of the devotees. Starting from Guru Maharaj, if you go in the disciplic line up to Lord Krishna, whenever they descend here, the only purpose is the welfare of this fallen conditioned soul to, direct them in the proper engagement of their senses in the unalloyed devotion service to Lord Krishna. That's the only purpose for their descendants. So it doesn't matter somebody is put in Muslim family like Haridas Thakur, somebody is put as a king like Parikshit Maharaj. Nothing matters for them. Somebody is acting as Yamaraj, somebody is acting as Brahma, somebody is acting as Lord Shiva. All of them are Mahajanas. Somebody get birth in the Daitya family, somebody is Asuric family, somebody Prahlad Maharaj, Bali Maharaj. Doesn't matter in which family, what birth they are taking, they have only one purpose. If they are given an opportunity to get birth on this planet, they see the welfare of others to engage them in Krishna consciousness. This is the purpose and not their personal sense gratification. This is the beauty, exemplary examples of these exalted authorities. And we have living authority with us, our Guru Maharaj, whose footsteps we can very easily follow. They always, Achar Prachar. Advaita Acharya is famously known as Achar Prachar. He has brought Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to this planet, descended. He knows that he himself is Mahavishnu's incarnation, not ordinary. Mahavishnu and Sadashiv, five-headed Sadashiv in the spiritual transcendental world. So the incarnation of combination of Sadashiv and Mahavishnu is our Srila Advaita Acharya, the crust jewel of all the Acharyas. And this Advaita Acharya, he is Mahavishnu. He can give liberation. It is not that he cannot give. What is that he cannot give? He can give liberation. But he thought, this particular people, I can give them liberation, but I want them to experience that love of Krishna in their constitutional position. So he said, I cannot give that. So he wanted Radharani only having that. And so he wanted Krishna to descend to give that. So he called out Krishna very loudly, and Krishna, who was sleeping in the Sweta Dvipa, got awakened by the sound vibration and the love affectionate call of Lord Advaita. So he has descended as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, taking the Krishna Prem from Radharani, the heart of Radharani and the color of Radharani. He has come down and then he has distributed freely. This is the desire of the Acharya, Advaita Acharya, Achar Prachar. He lives by example and teaches the same to others. In this way, from this disciplic succession by the mercy of Sri Advaita Acharya, we all unqualified, fallen conditioned criminals, spiritual criminals of Krishna, we are receiving the love for Krishna freely. So we should take advantage of this particular situation and engage 24 hours, both day and night, in pure unalloyed loving devotional service. Doesn't matter what we are working, what we are doing, we are living as a grahastha, working in some company. Doesn't matter what is that externally, what is going on, but internal consciousness should be completely dovetailed at the lower feet of Guru and Gauranga, and 24 hours we should be in Krishna conscious. Srila Prabhupada said all his grahastha disciples to become Paramahamsa, and Guru Maharaj is telling every day, even yesterday, he told that grahastha disciples should become Paramahamsa, that they should provide facilities to become Krishna conscious now for the children. They should do Garbhodana Samskara for every child that they want to beget, and they should worship Gauranitai at home, photo or deity. They should offer bhoga and eat prasadam. They should together chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra regularly, follow regulative principles, and read Srila Prabhupada books, take these satsangas, and then preach others this particular cult. These are all the activities that Grahastha should do. And what will happen? They will become Paramahamsa if they do this. Very simple and practical steps Guru Maharaj is teaching. He is not doing, okay, Paramahamsa is something that we don't even understand, so we cannot become, not like that. He said, you just do this and you will become Paramahamsa. That will be taken care of by the Guru. So how to become Paramahamsa? He has told the steps and he is living by example. So we have to follow these footsteps of performing devotional service. Devotional service is the platform of our existence. The survival for the fittest is one who is a pure devotee can only survive, and nobody else will survive. Everybody will perish. Why Krishna says, Name Bhakta Pranasya, only my devotees will perish. And because all others will die, but Krishna's devotee will not die, because Krishna's devotees are beyond bodily concept of life. He knows that Ajo Nitya Shashvato Yam Purano. We are Aja. Aja means unborn. Nitya means eternal. And Shashvata means permanent. And Purano means oldest. So how can we die? We are not supposed to be put into the torment of cycle of birth, death, old age, disease. Why we want to take it voluntarily? We don't need to take it voluntarily, but somehow or the other, we have fallen into this conditioned state. Doesn't matter now, we have got our spiritual master, we got the eternal dharma of standing the holy name, and we know what is Bhakti Yoga. So we have to practice this Bhakti Yoga in this conditioned state to remain liberated, but so-called conditioned externally. That is the, beauty of the devotees. That is the reason why all the wives of all the devotees are called, Lakshmis. They are expansions of Lakshmi. That is because the husband is a Vaishnava. Then his wife is cooperating with the husband. Then the wife is Lakshmi's expansion. Otherwise, she is Maya. So this is the distinction given in the Guru Sadhu Shastra. Thank you very much. So anybody wants to share any comments, realizations, or questions, please do share with us.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
प्रभुजी इसमें दिया है, भगवान की घनिष्ठ संगति से हम 78% भौतिक गुण प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। भगवान के आदेशों का पालन करना ही भगवान की संगति करना है। भगवान कोई भौतिक वस्तु नहीं है जिसकी उपस्थिति का अनुभव ऐसा संग करने के लिए आवश्यक होता है। तो भगवान का आदेश क्या है?
भगवान का आदेश है भक्ति योगा। भगवान श्री कृष्ण जो है वो चैतन्य महाप्रभु बन करके यहाँ पर इस कलयुग के अंदर आए। इस कलयुग के अंदर आके उन्होंने ये आदेश दिया, हमारा आज्ञा सारे गुरु ये होय। ये आदेश है भगवान का। उनका क्या आदेश है? अपना स्वार्थ करो, करो परोपकारा। ये आज्ञा हमारा सारे गुरु होय। तो ये है आदेश। चैतन्य महाप्रभु लॉर्ड कृष्णा भगवान स्वयं इस कलयुग के अंदर पधारे। उनका आदेश ये है कि हम ये हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र को निरंतर जप करके अपने आप को कृष्ण भावनामृत में स्थित होने के उपरांत अन्य लोगों को इस कृष्ण भावनामृत में लाने के लिए स्वयं को गुरु बनाए। ये है आदेश।
धन्यवाद प्रभु।
क्लियर आदेश दिया है भगवान ने। थैंक यू। आपका क्वेश्चन भी बहुत ही सुंदर। जब भगवान का आदेश क्या है ये हमको पता चलता है तो हमें आदेश को पालन करने में क्या दिक्कत है? सारे सुविधाएं दिया जा रहा है। थैंक यू वेरी मच। हरे कृष्णा। 5 4 3 2 1 0. Thank you very much for your association. So we will continue our Srimad Bhagavatam tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock after congregation chanting of the holy name. Till then, Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Patita Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Patita Pavan Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Bhagavat Satsang ki jai.
Jai.
Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hari 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 Bol.
Vaishnav Pranam. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
So tomorrow is Ekadasi and day after tomorrow is Varaha Dwadasi. So fasting for Varaha Dwadasi will be observed tomorrow, fasting till noon. So we generally remain Nirjal till noon. After that, we can take Anukalpa Prasada because it's Ekadasi. And on Varahadwadasi, we don't fast. We will break with a feast. And after Varahadwadasi, the next day, that is Thursday or Friday, is Nityananda Trayodasi. Jai.
Jai.
Now only Advaita Shabdami, Vasanta Panchami all done. Now continuously the the celebrations of the festivals are coming up. Till Gaura Purnima, it will go on, and then Narsingha Chaturdasi, like that you will find one by one. So Nityananda Trayodasi after Varahadwadasi, and before that tomorrow is Ekadasi. So thank you very much. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai.